Today we're going to talk about buying a home, your first home or even possibly a home that you're moving or upgrading on. There's no doubt about it, owning a home is an exciting prospect. After all, you always dream of having a place that you can truly call your own. But buying a home can be stressful, especially when you're buying one for the first time. Fortunately, knowing what to expect can make it a lot easier. One thing you want to do is how much you can actually afford. According to a general rule of thumb, you can afford a house that costs you 2.5 times your annual salary. But determining how much you can afford to spend on a house is just not that easy. So, since most people finance their home purchases, buying a house usually means getting a mortgage. So the amount you can afford to spend on a house is often tied to a figure on how large a mortgage you can afford. To figure this out, you need to take into account your gross monthly income, housing expenses, and any long-term debt that you have. Generally, if you apply for a conventional mortgage, your monthly house expenses, mortgage, principal and interest, real estate taxes, and homeowner's insurance should not exceed 28% of your gross monthly income. In addition, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau's mortgage rules suggest that borrowers have a debt-to-income ratio less than or equal to 43%. In other words, you should be spending no more than 43% of your gross monthly income on longer-term debt payments. It may be helpful to use one of the many real estate and personal financial websites to help you with these calculations, or come and see us. We're happy to work through it with you. Should you use a real estate broker? A knowledgeable real estate agent or buyer's broker can guide you through the process of buying a home and make the process much easier. This assistance can be especially helpful to a first-time home buyer, and particularly an agent or broker can do a few things for you. They can help you determine your housing needs, show you properties and neighborhoods in your price range, suggest sources and techniques for financing, prepare and present an offer to purchase, act as an intermediary in negotiations, and recommend professionals whose services you may also need, such as lawyers, mortgage brokers, title professionals, and home inspectors. Providing insight into neighborhoods and market activity, they can expose positive and negative aspects of properties you're actually considering. Keep in mind that if you enlist the service of an agent or broker, you'll want to find out how she is being compensated. Many states require the agent or broker to disclose this information to you upfront and in writing. Choose the right home. Very important. Before you begin looking at houses, decide in advance the features that you want your home to have. Knowing what you want to have ahead of time will make the search for your dream home much easier. Here are a couple things that you might want to consider. The price of the home and potential for appreciation, the location or neighborhood, the quality of the construction, age, and condition of the property. Do you want a fixer-upper? The style of the home and lot size, the number of bedrooms and bathrooms, quality of the local schools, crime level of the area, property taxes, proximity to shopping schools, and work. Once you find a house, you want to make an offer. Most home sales offers and counteroffers are made through an intermediary, such as a real estate agent. All terms and conditions of the offer, no matter how minute, should be put in writing to avoid future problems. Typically, your attorney or real estate agent will prepare an offer to purchase for you to sign. You also include a nominal down payment, $500 to $1,000. If the seller accepts the offer of purchase, he or she will sign the contract, which then will begin a binding agreement between you and the seller. For this reason, it's a good idea to have your attorney review any offer to purchase before you actually sign. When you buy a home, this is the American dream. We all want to do this, but it's probably the biggest investment or one of the biggest investments you'll ever make in your entire life. Take the time, right? Visit a lot of homes, have an idea of what you want to do. There's an old saying that actually my father used to tell me, you always want to buy the most expensive house you can afford and buy the cheapest car that runs. But the key in that is you actually have to buy the house that you actually can afford. Other things that you want to check out, your credit rating. Is it going to help you or hurt you? I always suggest that you go to a mortgage broker and get pre-approved for a mortgage. It's kind of like walking around with a check in your hand. It makes you much more viable or real to the seller if you have that in your hand that you've already been pre-approved for a mortgage. When you do this thing, you really want to work with professionals. Come in and see us. We'll sit down, we'll run you through the process. We'll figure out how much actually house you can afford, what's within your budget, how it will actually affect you, how your taxes will help or hurt you, and what we're doing with them in the future to figure out where you are. So it's a planning aspect. So before you think of either selling a house and buying a new one, or if you want to buy a new home, please come see us, sit down, and have a conversation with us. Give us a call, 203-371-4242. We're happy to sit down and go over with you, and also recommend a real team of people that we use to help you get into your home to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is Bobby Walsh at the Connecticut Institute of Finance.